My name is ONTITA Mariba.
Yes.
Firstborn in a family of 9.
Right.
My father is Morara Wilfred. And my mom is Berina Mora.
Right.
Come, let's do something.
So you almost became a real engineer.
Yes.
In Mjango.
That was my thing. Because nikitu ya kila siku.
Yes.
You get that 300. So at least somebody could have something at hand.
Yeah.
Personal needs. It was actually by the time that I was making the decision to go back to school, I had no cent.
You had no money.
I had 400 shillings, which I was paid the yesterday of that day.
Yeah.
It was really hard. So I told myself, Kevin, there is no wrong of making a step backwards.
Mpenzi mtazamaji wa Bstv, tunakukaribisha sana katika show yetu ya siku ya leo, na tungependa sana tukupeleke moja kwa moja hadi Bonchari sub county, Ogiakumu location, Bonyando sub location, Nyamiobo village. Sehemu ambayo tuko sasa hivi iko mita 500 kutoka kwa shule ya upili ya Iruma, kwa familia ya Wilfred Murara na Berina Murara. Hapa sasa, mpenzi mtazamaji, ndipo ambapo kijana ambaye aliweza kufanya vizuri sana katika mtihani wa kidato cha 4 ambao uliweza kutoka mwaka huu kutoka shule ya upili ya Igonga, St. Paul's Igonga, ambaye anaitwa Kevin ONTITA. Kumbuka kwamba huyu jamaa wetu aliweza kupata alama 82 kamilivu, ambayo ilikuwa ni ya alama 82. Penzi mtazamaji, tuko na yeye hapa siku ya leo kwa sababu tunataka kuelewa story yake tu kidogo. Tupige story na yeye, aliweza kutueleza yeye jameni alifanya namna gani. Unajua kuna watu wengi ambao wako kwa familia ambazo zimetoka huko chini, ziko chini kabisa, wanaona kama kama hatuna pesa basi hatuwezi. Siku ya leo tukiwa hapa katika hii familia, nataka nikuambia asante sana bwana Kevin.
Nashukuru.
Kwanza congratulations kwa sababu ya kazi mzuri ambayo uliweza kuifanya. Najua it's not that easy, but actually you've done it so well. Thank you for making your family so proud. I can see their faces. Everyone is very happy because of you.
Thank you.
Yes. So, I would like these people to know, who are you?
My name is ONTITA Mariba.
Yes.
Firstborn in a family of 9.
Right.
My father is Morara Wilfred. And my mom is Berina Mora.
Right.
Yes, I sat my examinations this year from St. Paul's IGONGA Secondary School.
Yes.
Thankfully to God, I scored a mean grade of A-plane, .82.
Wow.
Yes.
Aggregate points, 82. By the way, that's not an easy thing to achieve. That takes sacrifice and determination for you to arrive to such a point. All right, so maybe today we are here. This is your place. This is where you come from. Yes. I decided that now, after doing that interview from your school, I said I have to follow you to this point. So I'm very happy because you welcomed me. I think your parents are here, your brothers are here and sisters, and that's very okay. All right. So maybe you can tell us a brief history about yourself and how you've managed to cope up with the financial situations and studying at the same time.
Okay, first I want to thank God that today we are here.
Yes.
That is the first thing that I want to pass to God. And these results actually, I dedicate them, number 1, to God.
Yes.
The second dedication is to Father Jeremiah Nyakundi.
Yes.
The third dedication to my family. And the third dedication to myself.
So you are the last one.
I come last because
you come last.
I did not be all of those.
Yes.
Then I could not be having these results.
Yes.
So I have to put them first.
You have to put them
and
first.
Then I come later.
Yes. Actually, you know, that is being selfless. You know, when somebody performs so well, to some point, watu wengine wanasema kwamba is because of my hard work, it's because of my sufferings, because of my, you know, that my is not working with him, right? Yeye anakuja last kwa sababu kuna wale ambao wameweza kumsaidia kutoka sehemu mbalimbali inside, wanasemaje, in your ecosystem. Kuna wale ambao wameweza kufanya mchango mkubwa sana, ambao umesema kwamba ya kwanza kabisa ni Mungu ambaye amekupa uhai hadi ukafika wakati kama huu, and at the same time the family, and then they saw also another. Ulimuita Father
Jeremiah Nyakundi.
Father Jeremiah Nyakundi,
Head priest in Suneka Parish.
Head priest at Suneka Parish. Yes. Now, maybe so that means you are a Christian.
Yes.
A Catholic.
I'm a Catholic.
Yes.
Baptized and confirmed.
And very dedicated. Yes. Now, this is a story that would like the people out there to understand better about you. Maybe if you can give them a brief story, when you were born, how you've grown up to this point, and how your academic journey, how it has started, and where you are seeing it, where is it ending towards.
Okay. I was born in the year 1998, 6th of October. Yes.
Yes.
I was brought up in a village in Marani sub-county. That is Getionko village, now called Nyamariani.
Nyamariani.
Yes. I was brought up with the hand of my grandmother, mother to my mom.
Yes.
Who took me to schools, supported me all through until I finished my first KCSE exam in 2016.
Yes.
Yes, that is where I've grown, and after 2016, I was lucky, I guess. That was the so-called Matiangera.
Yeah.
I was lucky I scored a B- of 59 points. Secured a chance to study Bachelor of Education, Physical Education, and Kiswahili as a teaching subject.
Yes.
In Kenyatta University main campus. I joined Kenyatta University on 28th of August. I can't
2017.
2017.
Yes.
That was a very special day to me.
Yes.
Because I was escorted by my brothers and my sisters.
Yes.
And they were all in tears knowing that our boy is going there to make a difference.
Yes.
So I joined Kenyatta University 2018. Okay, I did the first semester. It was not easy. It was not very easy. And bearing in mind that the first semester, hell but not yet come at that time. After 2017, now 2018 January, there was a lecturer strike that time.
Yeah, I remember in 2018 there was a lecturer strike.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I could not sustain myself in school, bearing in mind now that so many workers are not in school, so many other students were at home.
Yeah.
I decided to come back home.
Yes.
Because waiting for the resumption of the lecturers' duties.
Yeah.
But during this time is when I started to become me, the one that
you realized yourself.
Yes.
Yes.
At that time, my mom and my dad were really struggling. My mom that time was a hawker, and she still is in the streets of Kisumu. And my dad also is a hawker. He hawks eggs, boiled eggs.
Boiled eggs.
And that time, he was a security guard in one of the farms in Kisumu.
Right.
So looking at that, and I was the firstborn, and looking at what I thought, that was my thinking.
Yes.
Where could I go? Where could I be with physical education?
Yes.
Bearing in mind that I'm not so much into sports.
Yes.
I'm not a sports person really. And so I thought of, okay, would it be really wise if I took a course from a struggling family and then later not enjoy being offering my services?
Yes.
So I said no. I had to take a very bold step at that time because my studies was Harambee. So many people getting their hands in so that I could go to school.
Yeah.
So I made a step. I got out of KU. As they call it, I dropped out.
You dropped out.
Now after Kenyatta University. I'm coming out, not that I have an option. I'm not coming out so that I can join a college. I'm not coming out so that I can go to another university or enroll in another course. I'm coming out saying that I'll not be a laughing stock.
Yes.
Because I had asked very many people at that time. And from the school that I had sat my KCSE, 14 of us managed at that time to go to university. So many others went to do some good courses.
Right.
And I knew myself, I knew my potential, and I said, no, let me not go this path.
Yes.
I'd rather be seen as disappointing my family at this time, but I have another goal. So that is when I came to the streets, started doing Jengo, we say. I was very good into Mkono.
Yeah, I can see your physique. Eh?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
These are genes actually. These are many fats in our genes.
Yes.
Yes, so I started Mjengo. I did Mjengo for some time. Then in 2020, I went to Kisumu where my dad was. I secured a chance with a security firm there, and I was posted in Chavakali as a night guard.
Yes.
Until 2020 after Corona, 2020 August.
Yes.
I started having complications because of the cold.
Yes.
My chest was having complications, so I decided to quit. And remember, this time I'm a guard from university, and unfortunately I used to interact with other guards with all due respect.
Yes.
Could not even make a sentence. I knew that I'm in the wrong place.
Yes.
So I left. I went to a friend in Nairobi. Yes. Until 2020 December, I came back to Kisii, to my grandmom's place in Getiongo.
Yes.
Where it was just Mjengo. Until a friend called me and said, Kevin, there is a site in Suneka, which I understand is near your home. Come, let's do something.
So you almost became a real engineer.
Yes.
In Mjengo.
That was my thing. Because nikitu ya kila siku,
yes,
you get that 300. So at least somebody could have something at hand.
Yes.
When you with your friends, you could have a 300 or what. Yes. So in 2021, April, I got to the site that I was informed about, and it was in Suneka Parish.
Yes.
There were some renovations being done to a building there.
Yes.
So I went there. I did that Mjengo for 3 months. Yes, that is when I now approached the priest.
Yes.
I pleaded my case. I told him, Father, this is my story.
Yes.
Because at that time, I had lost all my friends, you know.
Yes. Because they saw you like somebody,
yes,
a mere dropout, you know.
He's a dropout.
Yes.
He's losing. He has already lost focus. And that time, the priest had me. And he had to convince me to be bold.
Yes.
He said, well, we could manage to talk to some few people, and you can secure a place in college or go back to Kenyatta University and do something else.
Yes.
But for how long are we going to knock at people's doors for you to be paid school fees?
Yes. Bearing
in mind that you need accommodation,
yes,
upkeep.
Sure.
So I asked him, Father, what do you think should be done? He said, Kijana, these were his words. Kijana, you can go back, and I know with this B- in 2016, you can score a better grade.
Sure.
Go try, get a B+ and above, and come. We shall see. God will open other ways.
Yes.
At that, I was like, oh my. In my calculations, the ones who were in Form 3 at that time were in Class 6 when I was sitting for my KCSE.
Sure, sure.
How am I going to cope up?
And at the same time, you saw yourself, you know, there are some people who were there when you were, when you when you went to campus the other time. They saw you, you joined, and then all of a sudden, you dropped out of it. And now you are going back to school. You remember how the high school life, unajua mambo na viboko.
Yes.
Now you started asking yourself questions.
How could this be possible?
Can I go back to the...
Now I ask, after thinking about the matter, I came to a decision that, yes, I'm somewhere right now, doing very menial jobs.
Yes.
If it was savings, if I was to get any savings for the same, then that duration, I could have saved enough.
Sure.
But remember, at home, people know that you are not in school.
They know that you are employed somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you have to stretch your hand back home. So the little I could get used back at home, personal needs. It was actually by the time that I was making the decision to go back to school, I had no cent.
You had no money.
I had 400 shillings, which I was paid the yesterday of that day.
Yeah.
It was really hard. So I told myself, Kevin, there is no wrong of making a step backwards so that you can make very many steps ahead.
And actually, 2 wrongs don't make a right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I said, this is a chance that nobody gets so easily. Because what really motivated the priest to stretch his hand or to even look for a school for me was he saw how I was dedicated
Determined.
in my work.
Yeah.
Hata kama niyo kazi ya mkono, I really used to do it with a full heart.
Sure.
Now, the priest told me come on Saturday with an answer.
Yes.
So I went down that Saturday. I told him, priest, I'm ready.
Ready.
Let me go back.
Yes.
Are you ready? Yes. Are you sure? Yes.
Yes.
So he called the principal of St. Paul's IGONGA, Mr. Boniface, actually his senior principal.
The senior principal.
Boniface Masese, Nyausi. He called him, and Mr. Boniface called me, told the principal, I go there.
Yes.
So I went. But the principal just told me he's a very simple guy, very soft-spoken, and he's a humble person.
Actually, I saw him when I came to IGONGA for the first time last week. I talked to him. I think I got an opportunity to do some kind of interview with him. They spoke to us. I did not even believe that he was the principal until he introduced himself that he was the principal of St. Paul's IGONGA Secondary School. Yes. A very nice guy there, very humble and dedicated. We say thank you and big up to the principal of St. Paul's IGONGA Secondary School. Yes.
So the principal gave me a challenge, told me, Kijana, if you are ready, then come and work.
Come and work.
Come and work. I don't expect that you coming, I'll have any indiscipline case, because you know why you are here. You are different from the rest because they are freshers and you have gone through life.
Yes.
You have gone through the system of school and you want to try it again.
Yes.
Come, do it wholeheartedly and I'll support you.
Sure.
And that is it. I remember I joined with the Form 1s then, 5th of August. I like keeping it because
the 5th of August 2022?
2021.
2021.
Yes.
All right.
That is when I joined St. Paul's.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I think the system was tampered with by COVID-19.
Was really compressed.
Yeah.
So the academic year was starting in August.
August, yeah.
And it was supposed to end in April.
Yeah, the COVID
March.
effect.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I joined there, and yes, the teachers welcomed me, being most of them were almost in the same age bracket.
Yes.
Because the principal has a taste with young teachers.
Yes.
Because I think they blend so well with the students.
Sure.
The experience in high school is so fresh, so it's so easy for the students, I guess.
Yes.
So I was welcomed. I joined there. And yes, here I am today.
Here you are today.
Yes.
Did you ever imagine that there is a point that will come in your life when you'll be among the top students from Kisii and even Kenya?
Okay, I remember in 2018,
Yes.
there is a show that was being started in a certain station,
Yes.
media station, Sunday Best
Sunday Best.
in KTN.
Yes.
It was being started with Kina, DJ Kroba. There is something they said. If God provides a vision, He's going to provide provision.
If God provides a vision, He's going to provide provision. Yes.
And during and at that day, probably in future, I'll show you my diary.
Yes.
I wrote down. I said that I need to go back to school. And the minimum I had set for myself, the date is, I guess, the tarehe tano hapo January of 2020. I set for myself a minimum of 78 points.
Sure.
And a maximum of 83 points.
Wow.
I did not say 84. 83 points.
Yes.
And I said at that time the only hope I had was my grandmom and God. Actually, that is really captured there. But I said it will be hard convincing Shosh. I had tried to hint to her at some point
that I'm going back to school.
Kijana.
Yeah, personal. By the way, what you just told me reminded me of something. You know, grandmoms are, when you work on a vision, they have a good heart ya support. Me, I remember my grandmother ndiye alikuwa ananipea moyo, ananiambia bana, you are not old, wewe ni kijana mdogo, rudi shule bana, soma. So that kind of motivation, unakumbuka kwamba yes, other people will say this man is mad, maybe amefika penye hawezi elewa kitu kingine. But now they come in and give you some kind of what? Motivation. Yes. Yeah, so to your point now, your grandmother was worried. What is this boy telling me? Yes.
I've molded you. And she really did. She really did because I in class 8, through her support, at that time I started my KCP in 2012. I had good marks.
Yes.
From a local school, 371.
Yeah.
Through her hard work.
Wonderful.
Kiboko. That woman, Kiboko, if you bring
kula vitu zako.
And they really helped me.
Yeah.
She shaped a disciplined man. That made even my stay in St. Paul's very easy.
Sure.
And actually I can count the gains that I received. They were two. From Mr. Omanyi. Mr. Omanyi.
He got an opportunity of giving you some two.
And it was because of late submission of assignments.
Sure. Really I think that was the problem. Yes. Most of the students in high school. Yes. Maybe wakati tumetoka holiday, mando ukasahau kwamba kuna assignments, and then you go back, then you get something. I also remember, I think the last time I was caned in high school was when I failed, personally. I failed to attend the inaitwaje tuition. Nilikuwa sikuwa nalipa fee, but sikuenda. But you know, ni mambo na mapenzi, daughter of Jezebel alikuwa ameanza, nilikuwa nataka kuchat na simu ya Kaduda. So naona kuchat itakuwa mzuri kuliko kwenda shule, because I was fearing that maybe since my girlfriend was not going back to inaitwaje tuition, inamaanisha naweza acha macros wachukue. So I decided no, I will not do what? I will not go. Let me just be there. So nikaenda huko. I think that was the time I was given a very thorough punishment. I was caned terribly.
And you deserved it.
And I deserved it. So you also deserved those few canes.
Yes, Mr. Momanyi told me, Omera, he likes Omera. Omera, I'll not sit and watch you fail. So he caned the whole class. Took 2 pipes each. And I think I enjoyed it because I was like, oh.
You had missed it, by the way.
Yes, because I worked with the teachers.
Yes.
And they liked me because nilikuwa najituma. The chemistry teacher, the first exam I had sat, Mr. Josh Nyamari. I went to him and told him, Mwalimu, I need to score an A in chemistry. I want to be a doctor and I need chemistry. And he told me, don't worry. I'm here.
I'm here.
Just relax. If it is an A you want in chemistry, you have it. Actually, I got it.
What you need is just to work hard.
Just work. Listen to my instructions. That one I followed. Until today, when I scored the other day when we were in school, he was really a happy man.
Yeah.
Yes, then I had some other challenges in English. And thanks to one Mr. Wycliffe, Mr. Wycliffe Mbati, he came and he told me, Kijana, just write. I want you to write essays. Write very many essays every day. I wrote, and English was sorted. And yeah.
Here you are today. One of the top candidates. Oh, tunakuita candidates sasa kweli. Top students sasa. Yeah, one of the top students from Kisii County. He's here and his name is Kevin ONTITA. Omariba. If you actually listen to the news last week on Friday, it was the headlines, because you know, when coming from being the top student actually from a public
and extra county
school, it's not that easy, but actually you made it happen. So as a class, I realized that the last student in that school scored a B minus.
A B plain.
Wow, yeah, it was a B plain. I remember. I think Cardinal was a B minus, yeah?
Okay.
But to you, it's a B plain. So the question is, how did you manage it as a class? Actually, did you motivate them, tell them, no, you know, we are here, we are working. If we can come back and study, why can't you also do it at this time?
Okay.
So how did you manage to convince your fellow classmates to stay to the mark?
Actually,
I think that I guess.
When I went back to school, apart from going back to school, I went back to touch somebody's heart.
Sure.
I only needed one person. Like I like it usually the way the news people put it. Mpenzi mtazamaji, mpenzi msikilizaji. It is not about how many people.
How many people?
But
Mpenzi.
that one.
Yeah.
So I went there and said that if I can talk to one, motivate one, and help that person pass, then it is a great joy to me.
Sure.
So yes, I used to talk to them, not only in assembly, each and every class in the evening. The school is a Catholic school, sponsored school.
Sure.
And the principal embraces prayers. So in the evenings, every day, 6:30 to 7, it's prayer day.
Yes.
Prayer time, sorry. So during these prayer sessions, sometimes we could do them from class, maybe because of weather, maybe due to late supper.
Yes.
So we had to do it from individual classes.
Sure.
And I can tell you that I used to walk and talk to those boys, that it is possible.
It is very possible.
That we had to sing a new song. And one Mr. David Ogero, my deputy principal, when he heard what I was doing, he called me and told me, young man, I know you and I've seen you. With the kind of way you are talking to these people, you are going to pass and they'll pass.
Amen.
So I did not give up. Actually, I took two people that I said these are going to be my desk mates, Geoffrey Onduso and Jeremiah Ondara.
All right.
He calls himself
Patel.
And from where they were, when we started that journey, I can see Geoffrey Onduso was somehow better, but they used to score not more than a C plane at that time. That was in Form 3, second, third term. But I'm happy to announce that Geoffrey Onduso scored an A minus, and
wow.
Jeremiah Ondara scored a B plus.
Wow.
So mimi nilikuwa nakaa katikati, Geoffrey Onduso on the left and Jeremiah Ondara on the right. Onduso A minus, Ondara B plus, hapa katikati A plane. So I think that those are just two. But if a chance was to be there and talk to some of my schoolmates, because if I say that it could be like, Apana, let us hear from them, and they will tell you that ONTITA really did something. So there was a lot of encouragement from me, from themselves. They had that thing like, if this guy could come, this far.
Then why not us?
Why not us? Then the teachers now saw the determination and said, hawa vijana wako na moyo wa kupita.
Alright.
Let us help them. The kinds of Mr. Tebe could wake up at 3. He teaches Kiswahili. At 3, no teaching, reading set books.
Sure.
Mr. Tebe, Mr. Josh, the chemistry teacher, they really worked. And the principal believed in us. From the point I came to realize that from the point the class of 2022 was informed, and that was in 2019, the principal promised the parents that these boys are going to pass exceptionally well. And every assembly, Monday, Friday, the principal always